Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Hey everyone! Have you ever felt like time is speeding up? Like you wake up on Monday and suddenly it's Friday? It's a feeling many of us share, and it's no wonder with how fast the world is changing around us. Between the rapid advancements in technology, the constant stream of information from social media, and the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it can feel like time is slipping through our fingers faster than ever before. But what if I told you that there's an ancient stone in the Arizona desert that might hold the answers to why we feel this way? This stone, known as Prophecy Rock, is a remarkable artifact from the Hopi tribe, an indigenous people with a profound connection to the cycles of nature and time. The hieroglyphs on Prophecy Rock aren't just random carvings. They narrate the history of the Hopi people, and, more intriguingly, they signal future paths in times of accelerated change. Imagine that, an ancient map of time, offering us a glimpse into both our past and our future. These symbols etched into stone by the Hopi don't just tell a story, they provide guidance. They speak of two divergent paths humanity can take, each predicting a very different destiny. So how can we decipher these signs and apply them to our lives today? Especially when it feels like time is accelerating at an unprecedented rate. In today's video, we're going to delve deep into the mysteries of Prophecy Rock. We'll explore what these ancient hieroglyphs mean, the significance of the two paths they describe, and how this ancient wisdom can help us navigate the fast-paced world we live in today. This isn't just about understanding an old prophecy. It's about finding practical ways to slow down, make better choices, and live more harmoniously with our environment and each other. So, stick around as we uncover the secrets of Prophecy Rock. By the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on time, and maybe, just maybe, some insights on how to feel a bit more grounded in our rapidly changing world. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the speed of modern life, this journey into the wisdom of the Hopi might be just what you need. Let's get started. The Prophecy Rock and its significance. Let's take a journey to the state of Arizona, near a place called Oribe, where the Hopi tribe resides. Here lies the famous Prophecy Rock, adorned with enigmatic petroglyphs that describe two possible paths humanity can take. According to the Hopi, these drawings outline two distinct paths, one of disharmony and disrespect for natural laws, leading to extinction, and the other of harmony and respect for nature, leading humanity to a state of renewal and spiritual balance, known as the fifth world in Hopi mythology. The Hopi believe that life moves in cycles, and each cycle brings moments of great challenges and opportunities for renewal. Humanity's history, according to them, is divided into 7 periods called worlds, and we are currently in the 4th. The wisdom they possess was transmitted by star beings known as Kachinas, honored through intricate ceramic statues with heads covered by astronaut-like helmets, suggesting a link between the ancient knowledge of the Hopi and the mysteries of the cosmos. Prophecy Rock, therefore, is not just a relic of the past. It is a map to navigate these cycles. The mysterious symbols engraved on it include 2 diverging trails, representing the paths humanity can choose. One path leads to progress and rejuvenation, while the other leads to oblivion and destruction. These paths are a powerful metaphor for the challenges we face today. Imagine Prophecy Rock as a GPS for humanity's spiritual and moral journey. Just like how we rely on our phones to find the quickest route to our destination, the Hopi used these symbols to chart a course through life's complexities. These symbols are more than historical artifacts. They are timeless guides. They represent choices that echo through the ages, reminding us that every action we take, no matter how small, has a ripple effect on our collective future. The diverging paths and their implications. In Hopi culture, the paintings on Prophecy Rock describe 2 paths, the upper path and the lower path. These paths aren't just physical trails. They are metaphors for the choices we make as individuals and as a society. The lower path represents a life of harmony and respect for natural and spiritual laws. Following this path means living according to the principles of peace, love, and balance with nature. Choosing this path would lead humanity to the fifth world, an era of renewal and spiritual balance, where wisdom and harmony prevail. Let's break this down. The lower path is about aligning ourselves with the rhythms of the earth. It's about recognizing that we are part of a larger ecosystem and that our well-being is intimately connected to the health of our planet. This path encourages sustainable living, community building, and a deep respect for the natural world. It's about making choices that nurture rather than deplete, that heal rather than harm. On the other hand, the upper path symbolizes a life of disharmony and disrespect for natural and spiritual laws. Following this path means falling into destructive practices, selfishness, and imbalance. This is the path of short-term gains at the expense of long-term sustainability. It's the path that leads to environmental degradation, social unrest, and ultimately, extinction. The upper path is a cautionary tale, a warning of what happens when we ignore the interconnectedness of life and pursue self-interest above all else. So, what can we learn from this? The Hopi teach us that the path we choose to follow has a real and tangible impact. This isn't just about ancient history. It's a direct application of past lessons to the present. The choices we make today, how we consume resources, how we treat each other, how we interact with the natural world shape the future we will experience. The Hopi provide us with a historical mirror, showing not only the mistakes to avoid, but also the successes we can aspire to replicate. The point of no return and its relevance today. One of the most crucial symbols on Prophecy Rock is the point of no return, identified by the Hopi as a decisive moment in 1998. According to the prophecy, from that year onward, the choice between the two paths would become much more difficult. The point of no return is represented by an intersection of the paths on the rock, highlighted by a vertical line. This concept is incredibly relevant to our current understanding of climate change and social divisions. Think of the point of no return as a fork in the road. Up until that point, we have the flexibility to change direction easily. But once we pass it, our options become limited, and the consequences of our past actions become harder to reverse. This is what the Hopi were warning us about. They foresaw a time when humanity would reach a critical juncture, a tipping point, where the decisions we make would have far-reaching and potentially irreversible effects. In contemporary society, we often find ourselves on the brink of critical decisions, much like those symbolized by the Hopi. The choices we make now, whether in terms of consumption, resource management, or social interactions, determine whether we are on the path of renewal or ruin. The perception that time is accelerating only increases the pressure to act wisely and swiftly. Climate change is a perfect example of this. Scientists have been warning us for decades about the consequences of unchecked carbon emissions, deforestation, and pollution. We've reached a point where the effects of climate change are becoming more pronounced and more difficult to mitigate. The Hopi's point of no return reminds us that we must act now, decisively and collectively, to steer our course toward sustainability, the cycle of worlds, and the acceleration of time. The Hopi believe that we live in the fourth world, preceded by three other worlds, each ending in destruction due to human imbalance and moral corruption. They believe we are rapidly approaching the end of this cycle, which could explain the sensation of time speeding up. For the Hopi, the acceleration of time is not just a physical sensation, but a sign that we are nearing a critical point in humanity's moral and spiritual choices. Think of time as a river. In its natural state, it flows steadily, nourishing the land and supporting life. But when disrupted, it can become a torrent, rushing uncontrollably. The Hopi view time in a similar way. In balanced times, it flows gently, allowing for reflection and growth. But in times of imbalance, it accelerates, pushing us toward critical decisions and transformations. The cycles of time are seen as opportunities for renewal and spiritual realignment. Incorporating this understanding, we can see how the acceleration of time is not an anomaly, but an aspect of a broader pattern of cyclical renewal that challenges each generation to live with greater awareness and harmony. It is a call to recognize the consequences of our actions and the urgency of wisely choosing our path. Imagine standing on the bank of a river, watching it flow. At times, it moves slowly, allowing you to enjoy its beauty and tranquility. But when it rains heavily upstream, the river swells and speeds up, reminding you of its power and the need to respect its force. The Hopi teachings suggest that we are now in a period of heavy rains. Our actions and choices have accelerated the flow of time, and we must navigate this swift current with care. This acceleration of time can feel overwhelming. We're bombarded with information, faced with urgent decisions, and constantly aware of the ticking clock. But the Hopi wisdom offers a different perspective. They see this acceleration as a sign that we are approaching a critical juncture, a moment of profound transformation. It's a time to awaken, to reassess our values, and to realign ourselves with the principles of harmony and respect, applying ancient wisdom to modern life. So, how can we apply these ancient principles to create a more promising future? It starts with small daily choices that prioritize respect for life in all its forms. These individual actions, when multiplied by millions, have the power to shape the path our society will take. The Hopi wisdom teaches us that the best choice is made when we respect our inner voice, guided by good feelings. The heart always has the answers. If we are not feeling well, we are likely choosing the wrong path. In this journey, it's important to remember that the right choice often involves living in harmony with our environment and with each other. The symbols on Prophecy Rock are not just warnings, but also guides for living harmoniously. They remind us that there are always opportunities for growth and renewal if we choose the right paths. Applying the wisdom of the Hopi to modern life might seem challenging at first, but it's actually about making simple, meaningful changes. Start by reconnecting with nature. Spend time outdoors, observe the cycles of the seasons, and develop a deeper appreciation for the natural world. This connection can inspire more sustainable living choices, from reducing waste to conserving energy. In your daily interactions, practice respect and empathy. The Hopi teachings emphasize the importance of community and mutual support. By fostering positive relationships and supporting one another, we can create a more harmonious society. This could be as simple as helping a neighbor, volunteering, or supporting local initiatives that promote sustainability and social justice. Mindfulness is another key aspect. By being present and aware of our actions, we can make choices that align with our values. This means taking the time to reflect on our decisions and considering their impact on the world around us. It's about living with intention and purpose, rather than rushing through life on autopilot. The return of Pahana and the dawn of the Fifth World. The Hopi prophecies gained notoriety in 1958, when Father David Young offered a ride to an elderly Native American man named White Feather. During the journey, White Feather shared his visions, recounting his journey along the sacred trails of his people and absorbing the wisdom of the land. He spoke of prophecies that would precede the coming of Pahana, the lost white brother of the Hopi, who would return when the world is near its end. According to legend, Pahana will come from the east, bringing the missing piece of the Hopi sacred tablet to confirm his identity and initiate an era of transformations. This event will mark the dawn of the Fifth World, where evil will be eradicated from the earth, and seeds of wisdom will be planted in people's hearts. White Feather claimed that these seeds are already being planted, possibly referring to the gifted children known as indigo children, known for their exceptional abilities and high capacity for learning from a young age. The story of Pahana is deeply symbolic. It represents the return of wisdom and balance, a time when humanity will realign with the natural and spiritual laws that sustain life. This return is not just a physical event, but a spiritual awakening. It's a reminder that we all have the capacity to bring about positive change, to plant seeds of wisdom and compassion in our hearts and the hearts of others. Each of us stands at a crossroads, similar to that represented by the Hopi. Our choices will define the future of our planet and society. Are we ready to choose the path of expanded consciousness, balance, and mutual respect? The Hopi wisdom invites us to reevaluate our actions and their long-term repercussions, inspiring us to choose a future that values life in all its forms. The ancient wisdom of Prophecy Rock is surprisingly relevant to modern dilemmas, especially the perception that time is accelerating. According to the Hopi, the acceleration of time is a sign that we are nearing a critical point in humanity's moral and spiritual choices. This is a call to recognize the urgency of wisely choosing our path. Choosing our path, a call to action. Each of us stands at a crossroads, similar to that represented by the Hopi. Our choices will define the future of our planet and society. Are we ready to choose the path of expanded consciousness, balance, and mutual respect? The Hopi wisdom invites us to reevaluate our actions and their long-term repercussions, inspiring us to choose a future that values life in all its forms. The ancient wisdom of Prophecy Rock is surprisingly relevant to modern dilemmas, especially the perception that time is accelerating. According to the Hopi, the acceleration of time is a sign that we are nearing a critical point in humanity's moral and spiritual choices. This is a call to recognize the urgency of wisely choosing our path. So how can we apply these ancient principles to create a more promising future? It starts with small daily choices that prioritize respect for life in all its forms. These individual actions, when multiplied by millions, have the power to shape the path our society will take. The Hopi wisdom teaches us that the best choice is made when we respect our inner voice, guided by good feelings. The heart always has the answers. In this journey, it's important to remember that the right choice often involves living in harmony with our environment and with each other. The symbols on Prophecy Rock are not just warnings, but also guides for living harmoniously. They remind us that there are always opportunities for growth and renewal if we choose the right paths. Applying the wisdom of the Hopi to modern life might seem challenging at first, but it's actually about making simple, meaningful changes. Start by reconnecting with nature. Spend time outdoors, observe the cycles of the seasons, and develop a deeper appreciation for the natural world. This connection can inspire more sustainable living choices, from reducing waste to conserving energy. If this video made sense to you, write in the comments, "It made sense to me." The ancient teachings of the Hopi, etched in Prophecy Rock, remind us that we have the power to shape our future. Let's choose the path of harmony, respect, and renewal. And together, we can create a more promising future for all. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the wisdom of ancient cultures and how they can guide us today.